Hello and welcome to Network Africa with me, Cynthia Ray. Now, in a strong show of support for the men of the armed forces, the President of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, paid a surprise visit to the Nigerian troops battling terrorism in the northeast region. Just yesterday, the President, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, toured some of the areas recaptured from the terror group Boko Haram, specifically Mubi town in Adamawa State and Baga in Borno State. He applauded the troops for showing resilience in the fight against insurgency once again and gave the assurance that issues of their welfare would be adequately addressed.
Dr. Goodluck Jonathan!
The combat-ready president and commander-in-chief may have had three things in mind while visiting the war fronts in Mubi, Adamawa State and Baga in Borno State. Firstly, to commend the gallant soldiers for the able way they recaptured territories formerly in the hands of the insurgents, a proof that they can protect the territorial integrity of Nigeria and shame those who had concluded that it was impossible.
For this time, we didn't have enough material to confront the terrorists. But now, at least, we'll receive significant number of weapons that has been improving the operations. We are pleased with you, what you are doing. We'll continue to encourage you. The whole world appreciates the strength of the Nigerian army because of your peacekeeping operations. Because of the Nigerian army, we're able to stabilize a number of West African and indeed African countries. Because the world was wondering what was happening to Nigeria. These the Nigerian soldiers will know that Boko Haram held them to ransom for a very long time. But things have changed now. We are very happy with what we are doing.
How to continue to reinforce them with necessary equipment and logistics to complete the mission, as well as their welfare, including rewards for the soldiers when it is all said and done, especially with families of soldiers who lost their lives in this battle, is next on his mind.
But be rest assured that anything that is due you, you'll surely get it. And all of you who have shown gallantry will be rewarded according to the traditions of the armed forces and according to the rules and regulations governing the operations and, of course, the goodwill of Nigerians and your country.
The soldiers' response was reassuring as they chant gallantly. Lastly, the president is glad with the return of the emir of Mubi. He promised him and other displaced persons who are returning of speedy resettlement.
We are here for a tour, also to look at the level of devastation and to what extent the federal government would assist to cushion the effects, especially as we rehabilitate our people who will come back. But the main thing, the key thing, is to make sure that we flush the Boko Haram out of Nigeria and will not allow them to go into any other country. Collectively, Nigeria, Chad, Niger, Cameroon, and Benin will make sure that the story of Boko Haram will come to an end, and very soon.
The president, who was accompanied on the inspection by service chiefs, spent several hours taking area view of the towns recently recaptured, just to reassure himself that of a fact the Nigerian soldiers are equal to the task they have undertaken to safeguard lives and property in Nigeria. Chukuma Onwekusi, Channels Television News.
Joining us now live via telephone is Major General Chris Olukolade, who is the Director of Defense Information for Nigeria. Major General Chris Olukolade, thank you so much for joining us again on Network Africa.
And thank you for this privilege.
Now, could you please tell us the significance of the President's visit?
Well, the significance is that it further reassures the soldiers that they have Nigeria behind them, and the commander-in-chief physically on ground actually boosted the morale of not just the soldiers on that spot, but every other soldier in the battlefront. Yesterday, when the Chief of Army Staff was introducing the topic, he made it clear, and the soldiers applauded when it was said that this is the first time a commander-in-chief in Nigeria will come to the battlefront and cheer up soldiers. You could see the excitement on the part of every soldier there. It made them have a sense of belonging. Besides, you will recall that all along when many people were kind of putting down the military, Mr. President had always made it clear that he had faith in their ability, and this was a further way to reassure them that he always had confidence in the ability of the military. And generally, it was very challenging.
Indeed. Major General, could you also tell us more about the progress made by the military, especially now that we understand that you have the upper hand in the war against terrorism?
Well, the essence is to continue with the pounding by the Air Force, and that is going on in different identified cells, hideouts, and enclaves where the terrorists have been coming out to operate from. And the bombing on them will continue. The ground troops are also moving simultaneously in different fronts. Every day we're having them cleared off all those places. This morning we've had a report of additional 6 towns and localities in Yobe State. Some have also been cleared in Adamawa State. The operation is going simultaneously by the coordination of the Air Force and the ground forces in Nigeria, and we are very sure that the escape they might be looking forward to along the border will not be very easy for the fact that the multinational joint task force have been activated along the borders, and we have confidence that they will do their duty and will not allow any escape from that direction.
Major General Goodluck, thank you so much for your updates. We certainly appreciate your time here on Network Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you.